So you're planning a move in Brisbane, and you're probably asking yourself, how long is this really going to take? It's a great question, but the answer is a little more involved than you might think. Let's break down the entire journey, from your old front door to your new one.
Okay, let's just get this out of the way. You probably think moving house is a one-day job, right? It's what most of us assume, but it's also probably the single biggest misunderstanding when it comes to moving.
The reality? Well, a complete local house move right there in Brisbane actually takes, get this, 6 to 10 weeks. Yeah, you heard me, weeks. And that timeline covers everything from the moment you decide to move to when you're finally kicking your feet up in your new living room.
And that's because a good move, a stress-free move, isn't just one big event. It's a whole journey. To make it go as smoothly as possible, you've got to see it as a process, with a few different stages that each need their own time and attention.
This journey, it's pretty much broken down into 4 key phases. First, you've got all the planning. Then comes the, let's be honest, the monster task of packing. After that, you've got the main event, moving day itself. And finally, there's that bit we all forget about, actually settling in. So let's look at the timeline for each one.
First up is the foundation for your entire move, the planning and prep phase. You really want to kick this off about 6 to 8 weeks before you even think about seeing a moving truck. Getting this part right is the absolute secret to a smooth move.
So what does that actually look like on a calendar? Well, around 8 weeks out, you're locking in your new place. Then, by the 6-week mark, and this is a big one, you have to book your professional removalists. Seriously, especially in Brisbane during the busy season, they book out fast. A month to go, that's when you dive into all the admin stuff.
And trust me, that admin list is no joke. You've got to tell your bank, update all your subscriptions, sort out getting the utilities disconnected at the old place and connected at the new one. Oh, and don't forget to redirect your mail. And maybe the most important thing, get all your critical documents together in one safe spot you can easily get to.
All right, now for the part I think we all dread, the big pack-up. This is where it gets real. It's usually the most physically and mentally draining part of the move, and it eats up a massive chunk of your time. So how much time are we talking? Well, that really depends on how you decide to tackle it.
And this is where you've got a really big decision to make. Look at these numbers. If you're packing a 3-bedroom home yourself, you could be looking at 5 full days of work. But if you hire the pros, they can knock that out in just 4 to 6 hours. That is a huge difference. It just shows you what experience gets you. So it's not just about the money. It's about asking yourself, what is my time actually worth? Now, if you do decide to go the DIY route, you got to have a strategy. Seriously, rule number 1, declutter before you pack anything. The less stuff you have, the less you have to move. Simple, right? Next, pack what we call an essentials box. This is for your first night. Think toiletries, phone chargers, a change of clothes. Then get a system down. Do it room by room, make sure you protect all your fragile stuff, and label every single box. You'll thank yourself later.
And here we go. We've finally made it to the day all this prep has been for, moving day. This is it, the grand finale. It's the result of weeks of hard work, and even with the pros there, it is going to be a full-on intense day.
Okay, so how long are the movers actually going to be there? Let's say you've got a pretty standard 3-bedroom place. You should expect the loading to take about 3 to 4 hours, and then unloading at the new house, pretty much the same amount of time. So you're looking at a solid 6 to 7.5 hours of pure work, and that's not even counting the drive time between the 2 properties.
Now, while the removalists are handling all the heavy lifting, your job is super important too. Think of yourself as the director of the show for the day. You're there to supervise, point out the boxes that need extra care, and tell them where you want the big furniture to go in the new house. Once it's all in, you'll do a final walkthrough, a final check, and then you sign off on the paperwork.
And just when you think you can finally collapse on the couch, you realize it's not quite over. The truck is gone, the door is locked, and you are literally surrounded by a sea of boxes. Yep, welcome to the final phase, settling in. This is where you actually turn this new house into a home.
I know it's so tempting to just power through and try to get everything unpacked in one weekend, but trust me, that is a recipe for burnout. A much more realistic and healthier timeline for getting completely unpacked is about 1 to 2 weeks. So, be kind to yourself. It's a process.
But to make that process feel a little less overwhelming, you can have a plan. First up, get the bedroom set up. That way you have a nice, calm space to escape to. Then, get your essential services, like the internet, connected right away. Next, tackle the kitchen. As soon as you can, try to get back into your normal routines. And hey, don't forget to actually get out and explore your new Brisbane neighborhood. It's honestly the fastest way to start feeling like you belong there.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that a great move isn't about that one crazy, frantic day. It's all about the smart, thoughtful planning you do over several weeks. It really is a marathon, not a sprint. With that in mind, the real question isn't just, how long will my move take? It's, am I ready to start my clock?